Hola, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos a otra Satchel class. Soy Mr. Castrillón, and today's lesson is going to be about our houses, mi casa. And it's a very simple lesson. So lots of vocabulary, lots of words that maybe you know, maybe you don't know. And this is why today's first mission for you is to take pen and paper. Be ready for it, because you're going to learn lots of words that you haven't seen before, and very likely you're going to learn new structures that you haven't seen before and that you might, or yet that you will actually have to use in the future. Hoy vamos a hablar de nuestra casa. Vamos a describir nuestra casa y sus habitaciones. Y vamos a dar nuestra opinión sobre la casa. So before we start, I would like you to do the following. I want you to write down a list of the rooms in a house. This is in English, of course. And I'm going to do kind of a list, or kind of a small list here for us. So say, for instance, we have the bedroom. So that's one room that is important to keep an eye on. We have the bathroom. We, of course, have the kitchen. And we have the garage, the garden, and so on. So what I would like you to do is I want you to write a list of places in the house. This is going to help us a lot with what we are going to do today, because once you see that room mentioned, then I would like you to write down in front of the English words the translation into Spanish. If you don't know it, of course. If you know it, then feel free to write it down straight away, like right now. By the way, this is a lesson for Key Stage 3, but if you're year 9 or 10 or 11, feel free to join us. You are more than welcome to learn new structures or revise things that you already know, but it's never, it doesn't cause any harm to revise. Right, so let's continue with our lesson. Most of the lesson, by the way, is going to be done in Spanish, and I will try to avoid speaking in English during the lesson, just for the sake of learning. Bienvenidos a mi casa. Este es el recibidor. Hay muchas cosas. Hay un felpudo. Hay un perchero. Hay una cómoda y un espejo. Hay una alfombra. El pasillo. Hay 5 cuadros colgados en la pared. El pasillo es largo y muy frío. Hay 5 cuadros en la pared. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. El pasillo es muy largo y frío. La sala de estar. En la sala de estar hay un televisor, un sofá, una mesa de centro, un florero, algunos cuadros y una planta. Es mi habitación favorita. En la sala de estar hay un televisor, un sofá, una mesa de centro, un florero, algunos cuadros y una planta. Es mi habitación favorita. El comedor. En el comedor hay mesas, hay una mesa y sillas. La mesa es muy antigua. Y las sillas también. No me gusta mi comedor porque está pasado de moda. En un comedor hay una mesa y unas sillas. La mesa es muy antigua y las sillas también. No me gusta mi comedor porque está pasado de moda. En la cocina hay muchas cosas. Hay una nevera, hay un horno, hay un microondas, hay una balanza de cocina, hay un lavavajillas, hay hornillos, hay una campana de cocina, hay ollas, hay vasos y cubiertos. El dormitorio. Paso mucho tiempo en mi dormitorio. Me encanta porque es acogedor y es mi espacio personal. La cama, los estantes, la mesita de noche, el armario, el escritorio, las lámparas, el despertador, el cuarto de baño, el retrete, la ducha, la bañera, los lavabos, el balcón. Me encanta mi balcón porque puedo ver el jardín y los atardeceres, aunque es pequeño. Me encanta mi balcón porque puedo ver los jardines, porque puedo ver el jardín y los atardeceres, aunque es pequeño. La terraza, el jardín con piscina. Very well done. So this is my house. We've seen lots and lots of different rooms, and I have also given you some information about some of the rooms. Very likely, some of these will be kind of new to you, some of the words that I used today, and that's the whole point. So what I would like you to do first is I want you to have a look at these words here. They are all words or parts or rooms in a house. So there are, let's see how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 11 words that I would like you to decipher. I want you to have a look and decipher them, all of them, to unscramble the words. They are called anagrams. So what I would like you to do is I want you to see what room they're mentioning. I'm going to give you 4 minutes for this because it's a really hard one, actually, or even 5, for you to write them down and try and work out what room it is. So I'll give you 5 minutes to try and work it out. Go for it. I'm back. How did it go? I hope you have all of them unscrambled. So let's see what they actually were. Cocina, piscina, recibidor, cuarto de baño, sala de estar, jardín, dormitorio, balcón, comedor, terraza, pasillo. If you got it right, that's great. If you didn't, that's fine. It's not an easy exercise. Right, so let's move on. Now it's your turn to describe your house. Now, what I would like you to do is this. I want you to first translate these 6 or 5 rooms in the house. If you want to add more, feel free to do so. If you want to add, say, for instance, I don't know, the swimming pool, you have a swimming pool, feel free to add it on to the list. Okay, so feel free to insert as many words as you want to translate from English into Spanish. So your first mission is basically to translate them. Then I would like you to describe it. What size is it? What color is it? How old is it? And of course, I'm going to give you some words here that you can use. For instance, as grande, pequeño. You can use estrecho, amplio. You can say frío, caliente, acogedor, aburrido, and so on. Feel free to use any adjectives that you can remember. This is a very short list of all the adjectives or describing words that you can use. So remember that once you translate them, you can describe them. Finally, why don't you judge them? Why don't you say whether you like them or not? And why is this the case? And which one is your favorite room? Now, I'm going to give you one example. Let's say that I'm going to talk about my house, and I can say, for instance, hay una sala. La sala de estar. Give me a second, I'm going to stretch is here so I can actually have more space, more room here. Hay una sala de estar. La sala de estar es pequeña. Remember the masculines and feminines. Sala y muy acogedora. Do you not know what acogedora means? Well, take your dictionary and find out. It's a really useful word to have, actually. It comes a lot. It appears a lot on the exams and usually on the speaking exam. La sala de estar es pequeña y muy acogedora. Me gusta mucho porque paso mucho tiempo allí. Now, I want to emphasize this here. Paso mucho tiempo. And feel free to write it down. It means I spend a lot of time. Why do I emphasize this one? Because when you're talking about your house, it's really important to say what you spend time at or in. So the best kind of sentence to use, or the phrase or the verb to use, is paso tiempo. I used it in one of the slides during my introduction of my house. So feel free to take it, copy it down, and use it in or at school in your lessons. Okay, so here I have my translation, living room. I have a description of it. It's small and very comfortable. And of course, I'm saying whether I like it or not. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to try and translate as many words as you can, describe it, and judge it. Go for it. How did that go? I hope you did really well. As I said, is a lot of information that you can use here. And of course, feel free to copy this down. Feel free to come back to the video as well and check once again all these new words and new structures and new phrases that you can use during your lessons of Spanish at school. In the meantime, I would like to thank you for joining us to another Satchel class, and I hope that you can come back and watch as many videos as you can so you can improve your Spanish uh, in your daily life as well as your school. In the meantime, muchas gracias y hasta muy pronto.